And welcome back to another benchmark, and today we're testing GT710 DDR3 1GB from MSI release 2014. As usually we are testing with T9900F, and I know that's overkill for this GPU, but you should have same FPS with T3 first generation and better. Game we are testing is NBA 2K21, and let's begin with this benchmark.
Hi everyone, greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Our game tonight featuring the Miami Heat as they go up against the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. Last season, the Lakers duo of LeBron and AD became the first duo of Lakers starters in the All-Star game since Shaq and Kobe in 2013. It was, as we all expected, a perfect pairing. And LeBron said, it's getting better as the days go by.
You're right, Dave. That is scary. Thanks for that one. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
So here's Miami's starting group. Robinson is out there with Kendrick Nunn. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Adebayo in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. Nunn can't get it to fall. Drummond working against Ariza, and stolen by Butler. And Robinson wide open, he shoots. No good on the 3. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Lakers.
And for everything that Anthony Davis does on the floor, you can't forget about his defense. Still an elite level defender, guards multiple positions and turns away a number of shots.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So, hello everyone, and welcome to this set. DA, it's all yours.
Well, the ceremony was delayed, and understandably so, but at last, the Hall of Fame class of 20.
Thank you, DA. So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Adebayo. Kendrick Nunn out there with Robinson. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. Now here's Ariza. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. Nunn with it. George picks him up. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Nailed from three-point land.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Adebayo, and he uses the glass on the layup.
You see the offense coming around for Adebayo. Entered the league with raw skills, but he's had the benefit of great coaching.
And stolen by Ariza. Here's Robinson. A slam dunk by Robinson. The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from, and as things...
Kevin, thanks. Well, among the league's deadlier weapons now is the step-back jumper. Steph Curry said, "You're always in control of it."
Thanks, David. In these teams, both among the league's better defenses, Brent, with advanced stats and tracking, do you think it's getting easier to measure and quantify what goes into great defenses?
I think there's technology, Kevin, that still needs to come along in order for some of the analytics guys to really truly assess positional defenders and where some of their arms and legs are. That will really help them define how these defenses are impacting some of the offenses and the way they play.
So here's Miami's starting group. Trevor Ariza out there with Bam Adebayo. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. Then it's Robinson, and it's Butler in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot.
A good body control and great strength from Jimmy Butler, able to finish at the rim.
Beverley, the pass to Zubac. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Looking around. Robinson finds none. Misses the 3. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. George against Robinson. It's stolen by Ariza. Adebayo with the ball. Robinson. Los Angeles, California is the scene. Good afternoon, everyone. We're about to get started with some... Hey, Dave.
Well, Kevin, even...
David Aldridge, thank you. Short a rotation player. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Jimmy Butler. Robinson is out there with Kendrick Nunn. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ariza in at the 4 slot. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. And here we go. It's Butler. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in.
Look, when you play against Jimmy Butler, you know you're in for a battle. Excellent job extending the possession.
Leonard finds Beverley. George with the bounce pass. Back to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shot clock at 6. back, and with tip-off coming up.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Trevor Ariza out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. And for the Clippers, we've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle. And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. Morris kicks to George. Back to Morris. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments.
The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles setting the scene for us here. We are nearly ready for...
Kevin, thanks. With the new
DA, thanks a lot. So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Robinson, Trevor Ariza out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Kendrick Nunn. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubats is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the one.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. And how about Adebayo just getting up and getting athletic?
Back to Zubats. It's stolen by Adebayo. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And the three off target. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles.
And, Bones, when you look at Jimmy Butler's elite impact at both ends, you can argue he's the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA.
Klay Thompson might have something to say about that, GA, but certainly Jimmy Butler and his physical presence allows him to play a multitude of positions. So sliding down to the three and getting physical is something that Jimmy will do. We know that he'll take on any assignment and compete with it. Good, smart, patient play by Jimmy Butler. That time you leave someone that wide open and he's going to find him.
Beverly finds Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. And stolen by Ariza. And here's the break. Here's Butler. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, pretty good.